My name is Vickie Schwager.
My name is Danielle Schwager, and I have mild hemophilia B. I think as a woman with mild hemophilia B, the best thing that I've found is the connection and the sharing of stories between women. Meeting several women with the same story has been really empowering. And a lot of us are starting to group together and advocate for ourselves and advocate for each other and kind of raise that awareness and education that women do have bleeding disorders and there's something that we can do about it.
Our family was first diagnosed with hemophilia. My father had surgery, and after surgery had some severe bleeding, and it took a little while to get him diagnosed. And once he was diagnosed, when I was pregnant, we knew that if we had boys, they would be tested, but I then had girls. Twin daughters, in fact, and then when they started having issues with severe bruising, it took 11 years to get them diagnosed. After she had her teeth pulled, she had severe hemorrhaging, and our dentist is the one that had us go to the Hemophilia Treatment Center. The main struggle that we have is the issue with the carrier status that women, I feel, are labeled with. Danielle has actually lower levels than my father had with hemophilia B, and has had a lot of struggles because of that carrier status, and I think it inhibits diagnosis and treatment because people think of women as carriers and not actually having the diagnosis of hemophilia, and that's what our family has struggled with the most.
I actually just graduated from graduate school and was able to go on my own insurance when I got a new job, but that was tricky to navigate a little bit. It's one of those things of fighting with insurance companies to pay for something that they don't feel is medically necessary. How do you get companies and insurance companies to cover technically birth control? It's used for me as hormone therapy, a way to manage my bleeding disorder.
I think the best approach that has been the most helpful for us is when I connected with the Northern Ohio Hemophilia Foundation, part of NHF, to have information for women, and it started with Project Red Flag and now has essentially morphed into Victory for Women. And it has allowed us to help each other with advocacy, helped us with education, educating ourselves, and also now the research. I always learn something new every time I come to an NHF meeting. I learn something new about what we've been dealing with for all these years.
NHF has been important to me personally because of the connections I've been able to make. As a woman, it's always hard to try to find folks with the same stories. There's not very many women with bleeding disorders who have been diagnosed, so it's been wonderful to meet those fellow women who have shared stories and how we all can work together to make this world a better place. And so more women can be diagnosed with bleeding disorders, get the treatment they need, and avoid the unnecessary treatments that they're receiving because of the lack of knowledge and awareness. So I've appreciated the connections I've been able to make and the women I've been able to meet through the National Hemophilia Foundation.